Yo everyone, it's Darmin and welcome back to Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. I'm back on my main account because we're kind of going to go over deck construction this episode. I had a lot of people ask and I'm going to try and do my best. I'm going to go over some of the decks I've made. I'm going to go over some net decks. I can't complete a single net deck. I've looked up the top 3 and in the description I'm going to put a link to all those, every net deck that you should check out. So if you like to do that kind of stuff, go by all means do it because they're good decks. I just literally cannot complete them, and I'll try and show those off. And then I'll also go over 2 farming decks. One you've seen on my channel, the Mystical Beast Cerberus deck for farming and getting high damage, and also one that I just found on Reddit today by the user of Onix Pyromancer. Shoutouts to this guy. I'll also put a link to that deck. I will show it because I used it and it works. It's actually really great. I did have to tweak it because I converted one of my Wonder Balloons, and his deck shows 2. I couldn't do it. I don't have it. But first, I do have some missions. Hey, I won 10 duels this week. Perfect. And we just got Rex up to level 5 because I was trying to make his net deck. It ain't happening. Also, we got some new friends. You know, if you want to add me, don't forget it. Go right here. YouTube Darmin. It's this way. I don't know how to work my camera still. My right is your left. Whatever. YouTube Darmin, find me, friend me. Let's see. We have a lot of people right here. Cloud Z, yo dog, you just requested me earlier today. Jinx and Just for Fun, definitely join the Armin, the Darm. I don't know. That was like, my friends list is full. I didn't know. Okay, we're going to go through this. Look at all my friends, guys. This guy right here, you can't see until I clicked it. He is a really good duelist. This was my final match to become king of games. I'm going to remove him because he doesn't follow me. We don't talk or anything. He was just one of the best duelists I ever played. And I got really lucky to beat him, and I immediately friended him just because. So we're going to have to start cutting back on friends, apparently, on people who haven't, logged in a couple days. Let's jump into it, though. We already know who that friend is. I didn't click on the friend list. Okay, deck construction. So right here, this was our deck that we used for farming Cerberus. Just because you're getting his attack up way at meme. Oh, I wonder what his entire name, just at meme. Okay, back to the content. We're trying to buff up this one card. So this deck really is inconsistent, but it can pop off because you only have one. If he's dead, if they destroy Mystical Cerberus by any means, maybe by flipping him into defense mode because his defense never increases, he may just perish. And then you have to quit the duel and you get only 1 pack or 1 chest, and it's not that reliable. It's reliable against some decks, but it is very hard to use. And we're going to go into the next farming deck, and I think I used Bandit Keith for it. I definitely used Bandit Keith and I named it Farms. Here we go. So this is by Onix Pyromancer. Hey man, I had to tweak it again, like I said, because I was missing a couple cards. Basically, you want to power up Guardian Bow as much as he can, because every time he defeats a monster, he gets 1,000 attack points. And once you're high enough, the NPC is just going to throw them into defense mode, and you can just keep chaining it off until you run out of cards or they run out of cards. And if you wait until you have 0 cards in your deck, like if it's your turn one more time, you will automatically lose. You get extra points when you're farming, so that's another tip. But basically, you're trying to do your best to get a Guardian Bow and his sword, the Flameberg, right here. So, to get that, we have Skull Angel. That will give us either card, but personally, if you use Arsenal Summoner, it can just flip summon him. Super useful. And you're just gonna try and weaken their attack all the way down to 0, so they're always in defense either way. These guys, they're chatting way too much. But I also, we're going to go into general deck construction after the 2 farming ones. But because as you can see, I have 21 cards. I shouldn't have 21 cards. I'll tell you why after. But so you just want to make sure this man's super powerful. Get it really high. I might do a farming video using this deck if you guys want that, because I can show you how I did it. I got him up to 11,000 attack, and then attacked his life points directly for the over 9999 damage. Super fun. We're gonna go into basic deck construction right now. I'm gonna kind of use my deck just because I love it. It's my favorite. It's not optimal in any way. I find it so pleasing. I'm gonna, yeah, right here. So you can see, first of all, I don't use anyone in my extra deck. I just have them there just for fun. Just so, like, maybe I'm playing PvP and they're like, what is this guy gonna fuse? I'm waiting for it. I don't have any fusion, but I have 24 cards in my deck, and you really want to stay at 20 to 22, like 23 at the most. 24 is already pushing it. Like, you should not be doing it. The only reason you would have 24 like I do is because I auto duel a lot, and sometimes I get it locked in with the NPCs, and they don't do anything, and then I deck them out because they run out of cards before I do. It happens very infrequently, but I'm very mindlessly either working or I'm working on some other stuff around the house. So I just auto duel and try not to deck out. Doesn't happen too often. But I'm going to go over I don't know why I keep clicking it. I'm going to go over kind of what deck construction should look like. So as you can already tell, I have more monsters than I do have spell or trap cards. And it's even different on a Mako deck, which I kind of can go over also. We'll see. I'm running a deck with only 2 tribute monsters. Most time people use 1 and maybe 2. I kind of have an exception because I do have double Kostan and Kaiser Seahorse. Both of them only require, they are the 2 tributes basically is what I'm trying to say. Which works with Barrel Dragon with double Kostan, and Blue Eyes White Dragon goes with Kaiser Seahorse. Kaiser Seahorse. My deck basically revolves around traps. As you can see, I have my 2 favorite traps, Mirror Wall and Reverse Trap. So my deck goes just for powering up and then super secretly powering down the enemy when they've powered up their characters. Also, if I have Flash Assailant on the field, I can just hold a million cards in my hand, play Flash Assailant in defense mode, attack mode if I'm feeling really risky. But either way, most NPCs will attack him because he has 0 attack. Then I flip the script. I was looking. I forget. I'm recording and I got it right on my computer, and it's so much easier to just look at this big screen. But yeah, Reverse Trap gives him, like, I don't know, 7,000 attack if I've got maximum card balance, but that requires Shard of Greed, and I think it's like 6,000, not 7,000. But I'll kind of go over each card that I use and why. I think Sphere Karibo is a must-have. It's a savior monster one-time lifeline, and it's so perfect. Same with Twin Barrel Dragon. Well, not same as Karibo, but he's a must-have almost. Right now, he's got 1,700 attack, and he can just destroy any monster with a chance. And if you use Joey or Bandit Keith, you have better chances because they have skills, or I guess Bandit Keith has cards that assist him. Bazoo is kind of like, I'm actually really getting ready to take him out of my deck. I don't use him all that much. Sadly, Blue Dragon Summoner is in the same camp. I'm almost there, but because he can summon Axe Raider or Blue Eyes White Dragon, he's got a little bit more usefulness. But I may be dropping my deck down to 23 cards and getting rid of Bazoo. And that brings up, oh my goodness, let's stop. Let's go. Let's talk about something way different. 1 second. Down in the notifications, we found out that they are removing 2 boxes on February 14th, Valentine's Day. It's breaking my heart. Wait, yeah, February 14th. That's Valentine's Day. You're breaking my heart. Come on, what are you doing? Gonna take away those boxes? Oh, we gotta go back to the other deck. Go to Pegasus.
This is going to be such fun.
It's gonna be such fun. Did you hear that, guys? Back to basic deck construction. We have more monsters than magic and trap cards. I like personally to keep an equal amount of magic or spell and trap cards. I always call them magic cards. Is that okay? I feel like a lot of people give me slack for calling it magic cards rather than spell cards, but it's just me. It's just me. But I do that because if I have, well, first of all, if I'm going against, like, let's say a one-hand Vagabond, I already am, like, crippled because I have so many cards. I have, like, what? So I have 10, and then 14, so that's, what, 10 and 14, 5 over 7. I have, like, if statistics, I love math. I have a 5 out of 7 chance to get a monster card, but 2 of them are tribute monsters, and also Sphere Karibo, really, you don't want to have him as your first card. Well, you could stop an attack, but really you don't want to have him as your only defense. So really, you only have 11 decent cards to start with, you don't care about this. I'm just spitballing now because I want to talk. But yeah, you want to keep it balanced. You don't want too many magic and spell cards. I almost want to say you never want to have more spell and trap cards. You kind of want to have a balance. And that kind of brings up my next point, why I love Mako so much. This is just for consistency's sake. So this is an old deck I used to have. Yo, language up top, bro. So this deck, too many cards. I think I changed it a while ago, and I'm actually going to change it real quick because I want an even number. So look at this, 24 again. But this time I have more spell, and these aren't current cards. This is not a you should have these cards kind of video. This is a how to build your deck with cards that you have, because not always am I going to be at the whim to answer anyone's questions. I'm trying my best to keep up with which I want to say thank you for all the support, guys. It means a lot. But yeah, this balance, this skill is one of my favorites. No, we're not changing the name. Balance, what it does, your starting hand will reflect the card balance of your deck. So this is what I love about balance, and you can get it on any character. You just have to unlock it by defeating a legendary duelist. Mako is the only one I know of that starts with it. You have to get to level 20 with his character level. But if you look at my deck, you might notice it's kind of like a little pattern. We have 12 monsters, we have 9 spell cards, and 3 trap cards. I honestly would probably take out Skull Dice for Mirrored Wall, but like I said, we're not talking about cards, we're talking about what balance does. So balance will literally give me 1 trap card and 1 magic card, 1 spell card. No, that's right. Okay, it's been a while since I've used balance. It's definitely gonna give me 2 monster cards, 2 spell cards, and 1 trap card. Why? Because it's balance. You get 4 cards to start with. This sounds so wrong. I think it's 2 monsters, 1 spell, 1 trap. Now I don't even want to talk about deck construction because I apparently know nothing. No, it's definitely 2 monsters, 1 spell, 1 trap. And then your next card that you draw would be a spell card, because I mean, it's kind of like I said, it's a little pattern. Think of the monsters as a rectangle, and then you're dividing this bottom one into like 3/4 of a rectangle, and then a little 1/4 of it. So you take 1 from that rectangle, 2 from the big one, and then you're kind of guaranteed 2 monsters. I don't know how it works, but like I'm gonna go into a duel real quick just for you guys. We're skipping net decks for 1 moment. I'm going to go and make sure I'm not a dummy, and we'll probably just surrender immediately. Also, you can see like Star Seraph of Victor deck. It's so odd. Like, I hate level 39 decks. They're killer. They're definitely a little bit killer. Also had someone ask me to raise my voice, and you want me to just get real close? I hope this helps. I think I also turned down the game volume, turned up my mic volume, and I hope it works. So it should be 2 monsters, 1 spell, 1 trap. Don't prove me wrong. And then the next card I draw should be, so I'm gonna place one. The next card I draw should be a spell card, if I am not mistaken. I'm gonna just duel until I can draw this card. Obviously, not the best start. That's why I took out Dark Magician Girl and the 2 Dark Magicians. But please prove me wrong. I will use Skull Dice. I'm feeling lucky. What did you do? Oh, you're gonna Mystical Shine Ball. Perfect. Just add. You know what? Take 500 life points. Take them out again. I dare you. Get another one. Yeah, this is basically what this deck does. And then they just kind of swarm you early on if you don't have any monsters. But let's. Oh, that's unfortunate for me because I was gonna use. Oh, you know what? It's not unfortunate for me. I'm calling it. It's gonna be a 4. Roll the dice, baby. What do we get? Come on. 6 is even better, but I definitely thought it was 4. Okay, so with my balanced logic, it should be a spell card that's about to come from here. Come on. You know, I could have auto-dueled it. Spell card! Balance, my favorite. Just the way, like, first of all, your deck needs to have like an even number, I think. It might work with 21. It could have I'm trying to think. 14 monsters, and that leaves 7 cards. It could have 4 spell cards and 3 trap cards. That might work, but I personally like 20, because then you can do 10, 5, and 5, or you could do, but that would split the trap and spell card. See, I just lost. Not a good deck. Definitely not a good deck. Yo, that's so rude. Now I have to put, I don't know, I gotta figure out how to crop that word out. That's not the good word. Now I'm gonna go over a couple net decks. Like I said, I'm gonna go over 2 net decks because I don't have much time today to record. But I want to get this out to you. It's January 16th right now, 3:30. I just got home from work. Gotta go home and make dinner. It's been a while since I've been home. I know I think I posted or talked about it in an earlier video, but I had my bachelor party over the weekend and I did not have much time. Oh, where is it? This is the Dino. No, this is the Dino deck. I'm missing 6 cards. You should definitely have 1 more Crawling Dragon too, and you should also have a couple other cards. But basically, and in the link in the description, you can go check it out to see what cards you need. Basically, with Rex's skill, the Dinosaur Kingdom, you can power up the 2-headed King Rex all the way up to 1900 attack right at the very beginning, and you can summon him. He's only 4 stars, so he kicks butt. It really heavily relies on fusion, and that's basically what I'm missing. I'm missing 3 Thunder Dragons and a double-headed Thunder Dragon from the trader, which if this picks up, I'm gonna try and get stuff from the trader. I mean, it's not too hard, right? Big Shield Gardener, you're not here? Okay. Well, Big Shield Gardener is, but double-headed dragon is not. But yes, the deck heavily relies on fusion and keeping high attack. Basically, there are only a handful of cards, which is also in the link, that can take down the Dino deck in PvP. And for NPCs, it is killer. You can literally auto-duel almost anybody without being afraid of losing. And lastly, my second, I can't honestly remember, where is it? What was the other auto deck that I made? I made it for, let's see, was it who? I honestly don't remember who I made it for. Now I feel just silly. Who the heck just had this? It wasn't this one. Who had it? Was it Mako? It's not. That was my ritual deck because someone early on in the game thought that you needed to have 300 ritual or 200 ritual summons to get. Yo, it's this one. No, that was my farm one. It was this one. Hey, I found it. This one's a Kazajin deck, and it heavily relies on Blue Eyes White Dragon and Kazajin and summoning him because he's pretty good. You can just make their attack 0. And then they can't attack you, and it's super useful. And this is definitely, you use him to summon Kazajin, use Kaiser Seahorse and Light Effigy to summon your Blue Eyes White Dragon. I did substitute one of the Light Effigies for my Kaiser Seahorse just because I had him. And then this basically just gets destruction. You can destroy other cards from your opponents. Super useful. And like I said, I couldn't complete any of you know what? I need to just turn this off. I'm done with room number 1. Get out of here. We're going to room 69. There you go. Who wants to battle? Rishi wants to battle. Yo, there's only 50 rooms. I never realized. Never once realized. So, I mean, 20 minutes and I kind of basically just talked about deck construction. I hope it helped out. I kind of feel like I didn't do a good job, but you let me know. Like the video if I did a good job, dislike it if I didn't. I would give myself a 5 out of 10, but I think I got what I wanted to get across. I wanted to talk about the amount of spell and trap cards, not magic cards, and the monster cards, and keeping your deck low. You want a low deck count. If I see any of you players out there with 30 decks or 30 cards in your deck, I'm gonna comment something vicious. I'll probably just put something vicious. I don't know. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I will probably be posting this immediately because I did have a lot of people ask for this. So I want you to have a good day, a good Monday, and stay tuned for the next episode. Don't forget to share with your friends if it helped you, or God forbid I entertained you this episode. It may, God forbid, entertain them or help them. Stay tuned, guys. Bye!